Namaste. Welcome to Meet the Alchemist program. Very first, we call upon Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, Ascended Masters, and all our beloved Gurus to be present here with us and guide us, and help us to be success and spread and receive more light on this. Let our conversation be always full of grace. Welcome all. Happy Sharat Purnima. ವಿಮಲ್ ಸರ್ ಗುರುಜಿ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತ.
Namaste, namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You here on board, sir. Welcome, heartily welcome. Welcome all our Facebook viewers. We heartily welcome each one and of you to this wonderful divine program. And very ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ವಿಮಲ್ ಸರ್ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಕಿರು ಪರಿಚಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ. ವಿಮಲ್ ಜೈನ್, the alchemist. Who is this person? Yeah, is a mind power trainer, is a psycho-spiritual hypnotherapist, is a past life regression therapist, a Reiki grandmaster, yogacharya, and a life coach. To tell more about Vimal Jain is a psycho-spiritual hypnotherapist. Yes. He has transformed the lives of people from all walks of life through personal counseling, past life regression therapy, psychotherapy, Reiki healing, yoga, pranayama, and meditation, many other drugless therapies, which he has learned from many gurus and masters from different places in India. Vimal Jain also, he has conducted workshops and seminars on mind program, Reiki, mind power, pendulum dowsing, Suchok therapy, student therapy, art of parenting, yoga, breath healing, and meditation. He has trained thousands of people in the same, and I proudly say I am one among them. He has also conducted yoga, mind power, and stress management workshops in many corporate companies. Alchemy, the science of life transformation, is his signature program. He is the founder of Buddha Holistic Healing Center, which is in Bangalore, which has a mission to transform the lives of people by the realization of hidden potentials with each one of us. Seminars and workshops conducted by our beloved Guru Vimal Jain are like Alchemy, the science of life transformation. As I said, this is the signature healing modality from him. Mind power, Reiki, yoga and pranayama, meditation, chakra dhyana, NLP, mudra therapy, past life regression therapy, stress management, personal counseling, hypnotherapy, inner child healing, spiritual healing, and various other personality development programs. Further, ಈಗ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಉದ್ದೇಶ, ನಾವು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಈ ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಲೈವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋಂಥ ಉದ್ದೇಶ to enlighten people about healing, spirituality, and today, especially it is to understand what is alchemy. The greater the will, greater the flow of energy. Wow, what a beautiful line, isn't it? My dear Facebook participants, you can ask your questions in the comment box, which will be related to any of your healing practices. If you're already practicing any healing modalities, if you have any doubts to clear, you can clear it here. If you wanted to get a clarity about your practice or anything about the modalities, definitely this is the board for you. Overall, it's about the mind, life, soul, spirituality, and alchemy. Come on, we will welcome each one of you to be present here with us. Let me start my conversation with you, sir.
Thank you so much, Rashmi. I think ಪರಿಚಯ ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿನೇ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. And really, I don't know whether I deserve it or not, but anyway, because it's your love and I receive love. I crave for love and I want to spread love throughout the world. So it is your love. I completely, totally accept your words, your feelings, and yes, your love. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Great.
Let me start with this beautiful conversation by asking you, what is the best way for a person to attain happiness?
Okay, happiness. So you want to start with the happiness. It's a wonderful question you have asked to start with actually. How to be happy all the time, or actually what is happiness? Before that, those who are watching on Facebook Live now, namaste to all of you. Namaskara, good evening, and Shubha Sanjay. Thank you so much for joining. And those who will be, watching later after this program is over on the Facebook, to them all, namaste. So happiness, how to be happy all the time. See, we need to understand what is happiness actually is. Happiness is a natural state of our being. Let it be happiness, health, joy, being peaceful. These are all natural states of our being. If you are not happy, if you are not healthy, if you have some problems in your life, that means you have acquired those problems from outside. That is not yours. Not being happy, being sad, being sorrowful, being unhealthy, having troubles in your life, it is all we have acquired from outside. Our natural state is to be happy all the time. God has created us in his own image. This is what Jesus says in his Bible, I mean. And this is what our all the masters, our Rishimunis have been saying. Happiness is our natural state. But then why we are not happy is the question. Alva? And how to be happy all the time actually? We are not happy. Saying is really easy that we are the real state of our being is happy and all those things. Why we are not happy? The simple reason for this is we generally focus on what we do not have, and we never focus on what we have actually. There is a saying, it goes like this, ki, they say ki we are not, or person is not unhappy because he is unhappy, but a person is unhappy because he sees others are happy. We feel jealous about others. Others have a big bungalow, others have this big car, others have that, this, and all those things, and we focus, we do not have that. We never focus what actually we have. I'll tell you one small incident I just remembered now. An 85-year-old person was hospitalized for about a month, and he was on ventilator. After a month, when he was discharged, he was all right, he's discharged, and he got the bill of around 5 lakh rupees. The moment he saw the bill, he started crying. And when he was crying, actually, doctors asked him, old man, why are you crying? Don't worry, if you don't have the money, we'll make some arrangement and it'll be all right. The old man said, it's not about money. I can pay this money instantly and I'll pay. It's not a question. But the question is, you just gave me breath for about a month and you're charging me 5 lakh rupees to breathe for about a month. Just imagine, from past 85 years, I have been breathing, and God has given that breath for free of cost. And I never bowed down to him. I never thanked him for giving that breath free of cost. I'm crying for that. And from now onwards, for every breath I breathe in and breathe out, I'll thank that Almighty who has given me this breath. Don't you feel, friends, ki the breath what we are breathing, ask the value of that to those people who are on ventilators, who have gone through the ventilation, ventilators. So whatever we have, if you can be thankful for that, if you start focusing on what you have, you can be happy easily for all the time, and whatever you have, you can be happy with that. It is just that we are unhappy because we are focusing on what we do not have. And the nature of, or the law of nature is, law of energy is, wherever you focus, energy flows there. If you focus on what you have, you will end up having it more and more. And if you focus on what you do not have, you will end up not having that more and more. So start focusing on what you have. From right now, if you have visited my YouTube channel, there is a beautiful, I had conducted a workshop or a seminar about 1 hour. I have spoken about the body, how beautifully the body is created, how beautifully this body is working. You just feel, wow, if you just see your body, how this body is created just by the union of two small, tiniest cells of human body, which you cannot see with your bare eyes. A male sperm and a woman's egg unite together in the womb, and it just becomes like a whole human body. Such a complicated, body. You can just, be happy for just having a human body itself. Because they say in the scriptures that we get human body after about 84 lakh species we go through. The 84 lakh kinds of births we take, and then finally we get the human body. Don't you feel we have to be happy only for this one thing, that we are human beings, we have the human body, right? So start focusing on what you have, and you'll end up having it more and more, and you can be happy all the time instead of focusing on others, what they have. If you focus, one more thing, let me tell you here. If you focus on your neighbors, they have this big bungalow and you feel jealous, it is that you are giving your energy to them to build one more bungalow. If you focus on their car, if they have the big car, and you focus on that and you feel jealous, that means you are giving your energy to the neighbor to have one more big car. You are wasting your energy. So bring that energy back and focus on what you have, and you'll see that you'll have it more and more. And if you have it more and more, you can be happy, you can be healthy. So just focus on what you have. You can be naturally happy all the time. Right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's great to hear from you. Yes, happiness ಅನ್ನೋದು ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅದು, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಆಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತಾನು ಯಾವುದೋ ತಪ್ಪುಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯದಲ್ಲೂ they will get into. But again, at the same time, what is the biggest waste of human potential?
Biggest waste of human potential, I would say it's a fear. Fear is the biggest waste of human potential. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇದೆ, ಏನು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, ಏನು ಭಗವಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಭಯದಿಂದ ಕಳ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. Fear is the biggest, in fact I would say fear is the biggest enemy, a biggest hurdle in whatever you are doing in your life. ಇದು ಒಂಥರ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಯೋರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಪುಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಯೋರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಒಂದು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ಎರಡು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಟ್ ಫಿಯರ್. ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಇನ್ ಹಿಂದಿ ಒಂದು ಗಾದೆ ಇದೆ, they say that कि दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा रोग मेरे बारे में क्या कहेंगे लोग. दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा रोग, the biggest disease of the world, मेरे बारे में क्या कहेंगे लोग, what people will talk about me. Oh my God, for everything you do, you keep saying, if I do this, what people will say, if I do that, what people. Stop living for others. Start living for the self. And so many other fears we have. If I fail, what will happen? If I get rejected, what will happen? Let me tell you my own teenage story. And it is a teenage, everybody's story of the teenage. You like a girl in the college, and you're scared.
not, to propose her, just because what will happen if she says no to you and you never proposed? One fine day you see that she's married to someone else and gone, right? It is your fear of rejection. Just an example of, teenage lovers, but generally this is what happens. If you just go and propose, let me take the same example again, what will happen? Either she'll say no or she may say yes also. But if you do not ask her because you're scared of rejection, it is already rejection because you have not asked, right? You're already rejected. You yourself have rejected you. She rejecting you or he rejecting you is a second step. But if you do not ask, you have rejected at the first point, at yourself only. In the same way, everywhere, I do not deserve this. I may not be able to perform this. I may not be able to do this. Give it a try, no? What are you scared for? If you don't step out at all, how will you reach somewhere? Just because you may not succeed, just because something may go wrong, just because people may reject you, just because if you do not do something good, just because what people will talk about you, these are all unwanted, unnecessary fears we have filled in our subconscious mind, unknowingly, unconsciously, from our childhood. Right? So these fears are the biggest hurdles in our life. Whatever you want to do, just replace this fear with courage. Because fear is just a state of mind. So is courage. If you can replace your fear with courage, you can make your hell into a beautiful heaven. Right? So replace this fear. How to overcome this fear? There are many tools and techniques. The very first thing is you need to change your mindset. As I told you, fear is a state of mind, and state of mind can be changed anytime you want. It just needs some, some techniques maybe. But before that, the very basic thing required is you have to make up your mind that you have to overcome this fear. I'm remembering one small story from Krishna and Balrama. I'll just tell you that, and then we can go for the next question, if you don't mind, Rashmi. Krishna Balrama ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಜಂಗಲಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಂತೆ. They were going through the forest, and it was night, and during those days, they did not, they wanted to rest somewhere, and there was no, hotels or something. So they had to rest under some tree. So Krishna and Balrama, those days, too many demons were there. So Rakshasru tumba idru. So Krishna and Balrama came up with a proposal ki, first ನೀನ್ ಮಲಗು. ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ ಬಲರಾಮ, ನೀನ್ ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡು, ನಾನು ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. And when you feel tired, wake me up, you sleep, and I'll, walk around and see if nothing goes wrong, right? So first Krishna sleeps down, and Balrama was moving here and there. And suddenly after some time he sees that a big demon comes and he screams, ha 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 ha, I'll eat you people. And Balrama, he got scared. The moment he got scared, he became small and that demon became big. And he again laughed and said, I am going to kill you both. I have a wonderful food today. And the Balrama got scared. He became even small and the demon became big. And finally when he screamed, the Balrama fainted, fell down, and the demon became too big. When he fell down, Krishna just heard all those sounds and he got up. And he thought Balrama is tired, he is sleeping, let me, walk around and look after him. So he started looking after, and the demon was still there. He started laughing at the Krishna. He screamed at Krishna, and Krishna, he was full of potential, full of energy. He screamed back with more power. And the moment Krishna screamed, the demon becomes small and Krishna becomes big. Second time, demon still screamed, "Ah, I'm going to kill you." And Krishna said, more with more power. Krishna becomes bigger, the demon becomes smaller. And finally, demons become so small that he just ties the demon in his dhoti and goes around. Then morning they wake up and they start going. And Balarama tells Krishna, "Do you know, Krishna, what happened last night?" He asked, "What happened?" And Balaram said, "A demon had come last night. A big Rakshasa had come last night." And Krishna says, "Big? Was he really big?" He opens his, dhotis, that knot, and shows, "Is it this?" And Balaram says, "Yes." "How come he became so small? He was too big yesterday." You know, he says like that. And the moral of this story is that demon, that Rakshasa, is our fear. If you get scared by your fears or your problems or your whatever blah blah you have in your life, you become small, that problem becomes big. But if you stand with your full strength and full potential, that problem becomes small, you become big. And when you become big and problem becomes small, it will be very easier for you to handle that problem, to overcome that problem. So be strong, be powerful, and face the challenges of life. It is not that difficult. If I tell you my story, it's again big story. I'm not going to go in that. Why I tell all these things? Because I have gone through all the troubles and traumas of the life. I have seen poverty. I had love failures. I had all problems, whatever a common man can have. All problems I had. And I could overcome all those problems only because I learned to make myself bigger than all other problems. So make yourself big and problems will become small. Overcome your fear, change that fear energy into courage. And that is possible. Yes. So do that and you'll be out of that fear. You'll have courage and you can get whatever you want in your life if you just have courage to face the challenges of the life. Right?
ತುಂಬಾ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಕಥೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ತುಂಬಾ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್. ರಿಯಲಿ ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್ ಟು ಹಿಯರ್ ದಟ್.
Thank you so much.
ಭಯ ಅಂದಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನನಗೆ ನೆನಪಾಗಿದ್ದು ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನಗಳ ಅಥವಾ ತುಂಬಾ ಬಲಿನ ತಗೊಳ್ತು, ಅದು ಸತ್ಯವಾದ ಮಾತು. ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಬಂದಂತ ಸಮಯ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ 10th and 12th ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ನಡೆಯುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾನಿಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಅಂಡ್ ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳುಗಳ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾರ್ಚ್ ಅಥವಾ ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್ ನಂತರ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಸಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ what in newspaper ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ we used to see only about the suicide cases and even while watching TV also.
Yes.
ಜನಗಳು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಬರೀ ಅಂತ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನೇ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಪಾಠ ಕಲಿಸ್ತು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ.
ಹೌದು. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇನ್ ಲೈಫ್ ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ತರ. I have been telling this in life, the only important thing is your life, nothing else. Give importance to your life. There is a small video also about this on the YouTube. You can just go and watch it actually. So life is very important in your life, nothing else. If you are there, everything is there for you. If you are not there, nothing is there for you. So you be first and then everything else. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, now ಈಗ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ yes, and one more thing, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರೋ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಹಾಗೂ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಎರಡು ಭಾಷೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವರು ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರ್ದೇ ಇರೋರು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮನ ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. ಈಗ ಎಸ್, ವಿ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್, ವಿ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ what would be the biggest waste of human potential. And let me know one more thing, sir. If you could teach the world just one concept, what would it be? One concept.
only one concept what I can teach the whole world, and I would like to teach, and I should teach actually. This is what I have been guided by my different masters, is alchemy. Alchemy is a wonderful technique which I have developed with the help of my celestial masters. And it's a, again, big story how I got this technique. But yes, I would like to teach alchemy to the world because it's a technique by which you can come out of all your problems and you can just get what you want in your life. Right? So, would you like me to talk about alchemy much now?
Yes, because ನಿಮ್ಮದೊಂದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ಮೊಡಾಲಿಟಿ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ವೈಡ್ ನೌ. ಈಗ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬೂಮ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಬುದ್ಧ ಹೋಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಹೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್? ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಆಲ್ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯುವಂತದ್ದು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ನೀವು ಆ ರೀತಿ ಗುರುತಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತದ್ದು, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯಾ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್
Yes, yes, great. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to talk about alchemy actually, and myself alchemist. If I start talking, there is a introductory video on alchemy on the YouTube also. I put it on the YouTube. You can just go through that video also. But in brief, I would like to talk about alchemy. And what is alchemist actually? Alchemist is one who practice alchemy. It's very simple. Okay. And what is alchemy? Alchemy is a science which was used in the medieval era to transmute any base metal into gold. Basically, this science was used to transmute any base metal into gold. Any metal, you can transmute that metal into gold. Wow, that's nice, huh? But I'm not going to teach you that in that alchemy. What I teach actually, when I got this, idea of alchemy, or this technique I started getting, and I started getting this information about the alchemy, I realized that the same technique, what was used to transmute any base metal into gold, when the same technique used in the spiritual lore by the spiritual masters, it used to transmute, transform, and transcend the lives of the people. A complete 360-degree change, or 180-degree change, what you call, used to happen in the lives of the people. It is just that everything in this universe is energy, and when everything is energy, everything is vibrating at certain frequency. Like you have pains in your life, you have illness, you have failures, you have anger, and so many life problems. They are all vibrating at certain frequency. And the other hand, we have happiness, we have joy, we have success, we have abundance, we have all the positive things in the life. They are vibrating at certain frequency. And if you can change this frequency of being unsuccessful or failures to the energy, to the frequency of the success, same failure energy, you can convert that, you can transmute that in the success. If you are sad, sadness is an energy. It is vibrating at certain frequency, and you can change, you have the powers to change that frequency into the frequency of happiness. The moment you change that frequency, from sadness, you can become happy. From failures, you can become successful. From poverty, you can go towards the richness. And everything, from the bad relationship, you can have a beautiful relationship in your life. All that you can get by just changing that frequency of that thing what you have to the frequency of that thing what you want. It is as simple as that. If you can just understand this, you just have to change the frequency. As we tune the radio nowadays, let's say TV channels, it's very simple. You're watching Star Plus. The moment you press one button and it goes to something else, Sony. Press something else and it goes to Colors Kannada. Press one button and it goes to TV9 or something else. It is as simple as that. Just changing the frequency and changing the channel. As you change the channel on your TV set, you can change the channel within you. Everything is within us only. Let it be happiness or sorrow. Let it be failures or success. Let it be, bad relationship or good relationship. Whatever we have, it is just there. We are experiencing everything inside us. And you have the power, you have the hold on all those things what you have within you. You can transform those things into something good, better. And alchemy is such a technique. You cannot change one thing, every time something is strong, you change it. Every time something is wrong, you change it. Instead of that, if you can change your vibration or raise your vibration overall up, how it would be? It'll be nice. It just that you can get everything better in your life. Right? So to change this frequency, this vibration, this alchemy technique, what I teach helps you in getting that. Alchemy is a wonderful technique of about 21 minutes, which has 8 steps in it. And step by step, I teach. Nowadays, I'm just taking it online, and it will be about 6 to 7 hours class for about 3 days. I generally take. So 3 days, around 2 hours each day, around 6 to 7 hours in 3 days. Generally, I do. In those 3 days, I teach step by step how to practice this. What is alchemy actually is? What are our vibration? Why do we have actually all the problems, whatever we have, and how we can overcome all our problems? Not only the problems of our subconscious mind, but the problems of our past karmas, past lives. We have been carrying many problems, and I came up with the alchemy only because from past more than a decade, I have been working with the problems of the people, with the minds of the people, and whoever came to me, I could heal them almost 80%. 80% I could. Out of 10, 8 people used to get healed, used to come out of their problems and enjoy in their life. But there were 2 people out of 10, that is 20% of the people, still they were there after applying all techniques, whatever I have learned. Let it be hypnotherapy, age regression, past life, NLP, Reiki, yoga, pranayama, and so many meditation techniques and thousands of techniques I have learned, and I have been teaching all those things. But after practicing everything, these 20% of the people could not come out of their problem. And believe me, I was one among those 20% of the people. People used to come to me, and Rashmi herself is an example actually. She came to me, she overcame all her problems, and she started enjoying her life. Believe me, when you came to me, when I taught you, Rashmi, and you learned all those things and you came out of your problems and you were saying, thank you, sir, this is working like this is working like that, and all those things. During that time also, in my mind, it was going, when this is working for Rashmi, why this is not working for Vimal? Because I was in those 20% people, and I started working on this. Why this is not working with few people? Whatever techniques, 80% of the people get healed by these things, but still 20% of people, and I was one among them. I was thinking that I'm teaching these things to the others. It is working for the others, but it is not working for me. Why? And when I started working on this, I got this one, word. We call it karma. Ultimately, ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಸೋತೋದ್ರೆ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ನಿನ್ ಕರ್ಮನಪ್ಪ ಇದು. And it struck in my mind, what is this hell karma is all about? I want to know, what is this karma? And then I started researching on this, and through the books, through the masters, I started getting those words, the kriyamana karma and prarabdha karma and all those sanchit karma and all those things. But these were still only words for me. These were still only theory for me. So I wanted to really know, what is this karma is all about? If you just know that this is your sanchit karma, prarabdha karma and agami karma and all those things, these are all theory if you know it. And you can read it, you can go through the internet, you can go through the books and you can get it. But these are all only theory, only words. It is not in your experience. What you will get just by knowing that this is this karma and this is this karma. Ultimately, you have to overcome your karma. Then I started meditating on this. I started getting glimpse in my meditation, in my dreams sometimes, and through my learnings and all those things. And it's again a little big story. When you come for my alchemic class, I'll definitely tell in detail. So I came up with this beautiful technique of alchemy. I started working in my life first on this technique, and I could get rid of all my problems, believe me, by this technique. And then I started teaching this technique to others. And today there are many people who now just half an hour before some lady called me and she was so happy. And I said, how come you are so happy today? She was saying that I wanted to thank you from morning, sir. I was waiting to call you, waiting to talk to you, but your number was continuously busy. I said, it's okay. What happened? And she was saying that, sir, alchemy is just a miracle, just a miracle. Because she is around 45 years old and she's suffering from past 20, 25 years from many ailments. She said, sir, 90% of my problems are healed now. 90% of the problems are healed just by practicing this alchemy. And before this, she had practiced many things. Nothing worked in her life. And today she says that she's so happy that she wanted to, share that happiness with me. And when people share their happiness with me, when they come out of their problem, that is the real, Guru Dakshina I get, I generally say. That is what I want. My mission in life is to spread happiness, to make people happy. And happiness is our natural state. We have lost it somewhere. I want you to get it back. And it is not that difficult. It is just there within us. It is just there within us. You just have to know it. The moment you know it, nothing is miracle in your life. Everything is a technique. Everything is a science. I'm not talking about the modern science, because modern science has its own limitations. Modern science is working only on the physical aspects of the life, but the real life, in real life, 98% is unseen. Only 2% is seen. Just working with the 2%, you cannot get the essence from the 98%. Your feelings you cannot work on with any modern science. Your emotions, whatever you have, how can you work, with the emotions through any medicines or any techniques of the modern science? It is only the spiritual science which can help to see or to know about this unseen 98% of our existence. And when you know it, when you start working on it, you can make your life like a heaven. This earth, generally people say that in life we have more troubles and less happiness, more sorrow and less happiness. I say it the other way. It is full of happiness. You see sadness, you see sorrow, it is because your vision is blurred. Change your vision of your mind and you'll see that there is only happiness in this world. We can create that by alchemy. And when you practice alchemy, you can be happy. And if you're happy, you will radiate that vibrations around you and your surrounding will become happy. And because I'm working on this technique alchemy, I call myself as alchemist. Alchemist is one who is working on the alchemy, who can transform the lives of the people. I've been working from past more than a decade on this, thing only. I have been transforming the lives of the people. But now I can transform everybody's life, because earlier I could work only with the 80% of the people, but 20% was still there. But now I can say that this one technique, it's very simple. It's so simple that when you learn, you'll say, is it really so simple? Is it really going to work? But please believe me, start working on this, learn this technique, start working on this, and you'll see miracles happening in your life. Such a simple technique, anybody can practice this and they can transform their life. And that is why I want to spread this alchemy to the whole world. Those who are who want to work with us to learn this technique and to spread this technique, they can definitely contact us and we can work together also. So I work with the alchemy, and that's why I call myself as alchemist.
Wonderful.
I think for today it's enough. And if you want to know more about this alchemy, actually there is a video on the YouTube also. So you can go and you can watch that video, introductory video, about 1.5 hours video is there. So you can watch that and you'll get more details about the alchemy.
Yes.
All right.
ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ರಿಮೋಟ್, ಹೌ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ದ ರಿಮೋಟ್. ಆಗಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾನೆಲ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ರೇಡಿಯೋ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಈಗ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ರಿಮೋಟ್ಸ್. As you said, we should just take care of your remotes. Don't give your remotes to someone else to control your emotions.
Exactly. Yes.
ಮತ್ತೆ actually when we talk about energy, when we call everything is energy.
Mm-hmm.
So can you just add some more points with energy and magnetism?
Energy and magnetism. Magnetism, there is a there used to come a ad on the TV. Magnetism, perfume. You put that perfume and you'll attract people. But real magnetism is your personality. It is just in your energy. You might have seen, some people, when you see, you just want to be with them. Even if they are not talking anything, you are not talking anything, you just want to be with them. There are people who come to me and they, including yourself, Rashmi, you just want to be with me. And I generally ask people, what are you going to get just to be with me? They say, we don't know, but we feel good. So there are people, when you just meet them, you want to be with them. Though they may not be looking good, they may not be wearing good clothes, they may not have much money or all those things, but you want to be with them. And there are some people in this world, maybe around you, maybe in your relatives, maybe in your friend circle. Whenever they come, you look at them from far, and you say, oh my God, why this person is coming? I don't want to be with him. And you try to avoid that person. Maybe that person is very good looking, charming, having wearing good clothes, having a lot of money, but you don't want to be with those people. Why this happens? It is just that energy for being. If you have the positive energy with you, if you have the positive personality, and how it comes? It just comes by your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. If you have a good feeling for the people around you, if you have the good feeling for everybody around you and for the whole world, you will emit a kind of positive energy from you. And if you just keep feeling jealousy about everything, feel frustrated, always angry, always complaining about everything you do not have. There are some people, they always complain about everything. There is so much corruption in the world. There is so much problems in the world. There is so much deaths in the world and all those things, blah, 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 blah. When you keep complaining, what you're doing is you're emitting a negative energy from you. There are only two kinds of energy in this world. One is the positive energy. The second is the negative energy. And whatever kind of energy you emit out, that kind of energy only you attract from the universe also. If you're emitting positive energy out, you will attract the positive energy from the universe, and positive energy will be more around you. You'll have a kind of magnetism. The people will just come towards you, just want to be with you. If you emit negative energy, you will attract negative energy from the universe, and negative energy will be more around you. And you will attract all the negative people, negative things in your life. Right? All negative people, those who are negative, they will get attracted towards you because you are giving out the negative energy. They are getting attracted. Right? It is just like if you grow a beautiful flower you'll attract the butterflies. But if you have a shit there, you'll attract only the houseflies. No butterflies, right? So whatever you give out, you attract that. So energy is only two kinds of energy, positive, negative. What you emit out, you attract that kind of energy from the universe. And that gives you magnetism, whether to repel something or to attract something. Be more positive about everything. Have good heart. We say no, good heart. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹೃದಯ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಕೆಲವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹೃದಯದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿನಪ್ಪ ಇವನು. ಕೆಲವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಇವನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಸೊ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಹೃದಯದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ದ ಒನ್ ಹೂ ಥಿಂಕ್ಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಹೂ ಟಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. When you go to that person, he'll not condemn you, he'll not reject you, he'll accept you whatever problems you have, and he'll guide you properly. So when a person guides you properly on the right path, without condemning you, without talking negative about you, without suppressing you or taking you down, those people are positive people. They have the good heart, they have the good magnetism, they attract the people towards them. And those who always condemn others, always talk negative about others, they repel the people. It's a negative magnetism, the opposite magnetism. So be good, do good. And when I say be good and do good, it's not that you have to do something to others. The very minimum thing what we can do is, if you are not able to help anybody financially, that's fine. If you're not able to give time to somebody, that is also fine. The one thing what you can give is your prayers. You can pray for the people, right? And I generally do. When I'm just driving somewhere, I'm going somewhere, and somebody has met with an accident, and I'm not able to stop there, I'm not able to help him physically or any way, I only do one thing: oh God, please take care of these people, please help them. This thing we can do, right? We are not going to go lose any money, any time, nothing. I'm just driving on my way, and just a prayer in the heart: oh God, they are in some trouble, please help them. If you can just do this much also, you are a good-hearted person, right? So this much definitely we can do. The minimum thing and the most beautiful thing, most precious thing we can do to this whole world is the prayer. Prayer is very powerful. So just pray for the people, those who are in trouble. Pray for the people, pray for the humanity, pray for the all, living and non-living things and everything. Prayer is a wonderful thing, which if you do, you can have that magnetism. You can have that attractive power, and people will just come to you and just would like to be with you, and they'll enjoy your company. That's it, right? Yeah, Rashmi.
Yeah, as you said about it, there might be any or even other simple modalities which you are teaching. One thing I would like to say here is, yes, we are in the practice especially with Vimal Jain sir. It's all very, very simple techniques. The beauty of his course or the beauty of his teaching is, it's all very simple to follow. The only thing is, you have to have a discipline of consistency. Because when the student is ready, the master will appear. So when we are ready to learn something, at the right time, the right person as a guru, the master will appear in front of us, who will awaken the master inside us, and then the journey begins. But ಈ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕೆಲವರು ನನಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನನ್ನ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ healing ಅಥವಾ ಥೆರಪಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. They will say, when we give them small practices, they will say, okay, if they are a teacher or if they are doing some other job, they do say that ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಮುಗಿಸಿ ಬಂದು ನಾನು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, so I will get very limited time. But this kind of things is not a part, it's a whole thing, isn't it?
Correct.
ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕೇಳೋದು, how do one can face obstacles and disappointments? Because these kind of qualities, even practice ಮಾಡೋದು, these are the qualities of a relaxed mind or calm mind. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಗೊಂದಲ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೂಡಲ್ಲೇ ತುಂಬಿರೋರಿಗೆ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಂಯಮ, ಆ ಒಂದು that they cannot do at that moment. They find it hard to practice. What could one can, one can face obstacles and disappointments.
Obstacles and disappointments, how to face them in life, alva? See, the very first thing we need to understand that to get anything in our life, two things are very important. One is you have to have the faith that you can get it. And second is consistent practice, perseverance. If you have the faith in yourself that yes, you can get that, and then you start working on that, you can easily get. The big mountains can be shaken by the peak. Recently in Leh Ladakh, they have built a biggest tunnel of the world. They have created a biggest tunnel, and it is not that difficult now. You can break the mountains and create the tunnels and go wherever you want. So obstacles or hurdles in life are created, or they come in our life to bring out that potential, the hidden potential within us. You might have seen the 100-meter race, the normal race where people run, and then after they cross that race, there is some race where they keep the hurdles. You have to jump and go, and then cross the 100-meter race, right? So बाधा दौड़ हम बोलते हैं हिंदी में उसको, बाधा दौड़. What do you call in English? Hurdle race, something, I don't know. So hurdles race. So what you do is, this is difficult than the earlier one, but the difficult is done or performed by those who have more potential than the first one, right? So these hurdles are created to bring out that potential within you. Face the hurdles, accept the rejections, accept the obstacles in life, take them as challenges. If you take them as challenges, they'll become opportunities for you. Same life challenges can become opportunity for you. Believe me, wherever I am today, it is not that my journey was easy. I had many problems than what a normal person can have. As I told you earlier only, all kinds of problems I had in my life. And the profession what I am in today, this profession is also not accepted by my community. I belong to a Marwadi community, Jain community. Jain community and Marwadi community, they are all in business. And from business community, I come and do the healing, I come and teach the mind power, I come and teach the techniques of meditation, yoga and all those things. This is very rarely seen. And for me also, coming out of the business and doing this was really a big challenge. But today when I look back, if I see the troubles or the obstacles or the problems through which I have come, in place of me, if somebody else was there, I generally think that he might have taken back and gone back to the business. But I knew this, that if I do not face the challenges, how can I teach others to face the challenges of life? I kept fighting with my challenges. I kept fighting with my hurdles, whatever came on my way. And I could overcome them. And when I overcame them, I realized that I have so much of potential in me. Right? So hurdles, obstacles will keep coming in your life. You cannot stop them to not to come. And if they are not coming, actually your life is a waste of life. When what is his name? Oh, I forgot that name actually. There is a mythological story. Maybe next time I'll tell you that. But when you overcome all your hurdles, you bring out the potential within you. all the hurdles, just face them with power again, with energy, with complete potential, and you can overcome your hurdles. You can overcome all your obstacles. And once you overcome your hurdles and obstacles in your life, you'll see that the future is so bright, so big. It is just that hurdles are given to the chosen one, we say. The problems are given to the chosen one. Now you may say, why we are chosen for the problems? It is because your life is very important. You can become an example, you can set an example for the whole society, for the whole world. All the big pictures of the past, if you see Rama, do you think his life was normal life? Full of hurdles, full of rakshasas, full of challenges. He could overcome those challenges, and that is why we call Rama as God today. Krishna had all of challenges. Right? The moment he took birth, he was about to, Kansa, his mama, about to kill him. He had to go through the Yamuna river, his father. He went somewhere else. He grew up somewhere else. He started fighting all the demons in the childhood. All kinds of troubles he had. And that is why we call Krishna as God. Pandavas, do you think they did not have any troubles in their life? So many challenges, so many troubles. They could overcome, though they overcame all those challenges, and that is why we have a greatest epic called Mahabharata. Right? So all the challenges, all the obstacles, all the troubles, whatever are coming on your way, they are coming to bring out the potential within you. Face them. Take them as a challenge. Overcome them, and you'll see that your life has become a life of purpose. Yes, face it like that.
Yes, I think ಆವನ್ the obstacles ಅಥವಾ disappointment ಇದ್ದಾಗ the energy level will be very very different. The vibration they are vibrating will be very different.
Yeah.
Usually if they want to ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆನಾದ್ರೂ might be personal or professional, whichever the field it might be.
Mm-hmm.
When they have to go through something,
Mm-hmm.
rather than responding, others should be over to
Yes.
quite calm.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe people surrounding together, but then things might be more judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Some people and they put a frame that okay, we get. Rather than they judge their own intention, they start judging others' actions.
Mm-hmm.
So how to switch over reacting more to responding more? And the continuation question of this again, one more thing is, like when the people start seeing through their own lenses, putting the frame like
Mm-hmm.
their own,
Okay.
just put some light on that.
All right. So how to change your mode from reacting to the responding mode? First thing, and second is how to come out of the frame what we have in our mind for the others, right?
Can we reframe it?
Reframe it. Yes, this is very important actually. We need to just understand few things here. When you react, you just mash up all the things. But when you respond, you create new things out of all the meshy things, right? So when you react, when do you react actually? When you do not have the control over yourself. When you do not have the control over yourself, not over the situations, because external situation you cannot control at all. The only one thing you can control is your reactions, your responses, and yourself. External situation will never change. Say for example, parents keep yelling at their children. Is this new thing in the life? All our parents have been doing that. We are also doing. We are also yelling on our children. Children do not care about anything. They keep playing. They never study. Just take an example. If your child is not studying, say for example he is in 4th, 5th or 6th standard, the child is not studying, and you keep shouting at the child, study, study, all the time you keep playing. You keep reacting. Child never bothers about that. Keep playing, enjoying. And if you beat him, you hit him, he'll cry for some time, go back and again the same thing. And you keep yelling at him. What is this? So many times I've told you, you are not learning this, that. Instead of doing that, just go in the flashback and see yourself at that age, in which age your child is. Say, for example, your child is about 12 years. Go back to your childhood. When you were 12 years old, when you were in 4th, 5th, 6th standard, how you used to respond or react. Nobody liked to study. Almost 90% of the children do not like to study. When I was in 4th and 5th standard, believe me, I did not like to go to school. I did not like to go to read and study and all those things. Maybe because of that, I am here today. But just we need to understand the mentality of others. Mentality of a child, if you can understand, instead of reacting, you'll respond to that. In the same way, if you can understand the mentality of others, if somebody is doing something wrong to you, if somebody is angry at you, if somebody is hurting you, harming you, and you keep reacting, you just spoil that relationship. But if you can respond, say for example, somebody is hurting you and you suddenly react, you spoil your relationship. But if you can react, if somebody is hurting you, instead of, giving answer with anger, just relax a little bit and respond. What can be the response? You can just calm down yourself and tell to that person that, my dear, this action of yours is hurting me. But I prefer to give more importance to our relationship than this action of yours. But believe me, this is hurting me. Can you change this? Or can we do something to this? Can we talk on this and fix this? This is a response. But if you react, somebody is hurting, how can you do that? How can you do this? This is a reaction, nothing is going to sort out. You cannot sort out anything, right? So responding to something is very important. You can understand, you can calm down yourself, and you need to understand the mindset of others. They may also be going through many traumas or many problems in their life, and because of that they have behavior like that, right? So you need to understand that. If you little bit understand that, and instead of reacting, if you respond, you will grow in all the ways of your life. First thing. Second thing is, as you are asking, the frame. For some people, we have frame in our mind. This person is like this only. Recently, it so happened with me. My own example I'll give you. I'm into spiritual practices. I teach spiritual practices. But one person who became very close to me, he came to know about one of my stupidity, which we all have in our life. We all have one or the other stupidities in our life. I'm not exception of that. And that person came to know about that. In fact, actually, I was trying to explain this is what is my weak point or maybe something. Because that person became close to me, I wanted to share the inside story of mine. But the moment that person knew about that, that person completely became opposite. She was not able to accept it. How come? You being so spiritual and all that and this and blah, 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 blah and all those things. I said, come on. Because you accepted me as master, a guru, a spiritual guide, I have to tell all the inside and outside of this spirituality, You need to understand all those things. If you do not understand that a person can be like this also, how will you understand the other people whom you do not know at all? Right? So it is just that everybody have their own flaws, their own problems, their own stupidities. But what you have to take from there, just take that and enjoy with that. Leave everything else there only. It is just like when you go to buy some vegetables, Say for example, you're taking some vegetable or some fruit from a basket. What do? You see all the fruits. If some fruits are not good there, some fruits are good. You choose the good fruits, put it in your basket, buy it, and come back. What do you do with those rotten, fruits there? You just leave it there. Same policy you can apply everywhere. Wherever you go, take the good things from there. Whatever good things are there. Even if you come to me also, what do you want to learn from me? Learn it. If you see that there is something which is not right here, if you see that this, sometimes I keep joking on many things, and few people do not like my jokes. Most of the time I joke on my wife, and few people do not like joking on the wife. That's fine. If you do not like it, leave it with me. It is just sometimes on the lighter note to make the situation a little lighter. I crack some jokes. That doesn't mean I do not love my wife, or I do not have good relation with my wife. It's not like that. It's just to make that situation lighter. We crack some jokes sometimes during the talks, but some people are there who do not like. That's fine. If you do not like this quality in me, you can reject this quality, but you cannot reject me. You cannot reject the other things what I teach you. Just take the technique what I am teaching you, what you want to learn from me, practice that, enjoy your life. Like that, wherever you go, there can be something negative, something bad, something that this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Leave it there only. What you want from there, take that, come home, practice that, enjoy that. That's it. So we need to accept. You have to be non-judgmental, because if you see in the past also, Tulsidas, he was full of lust, he was completely mad for his wife. He was not doing any his puja and all those things properly. He was just mad for his wife. Once when his wife, a small story goes like this, his wife was in her father's house and he wanted to meet. Midnight, he just walks through the jungle. It was raining, and on the window, he wanted to climb on the window, and he saw that something like rope was there. And he hold that rope and came up, and when he came up, he saw that it was not a rope, actually it was a snake. But he was so mad for his wife. And his wife said that if you had a 10% of this love what you have for me, if you had for the God, you might have got the God. And that day, Tulsidasa decides, that's it. And today we remember Tulsidas as the creator of Ramacharita-manas. Right? Valmiki, he was a Daku Ratnakar. He was the biggest, dacoit. He used to rob the people. Robber, a great robber. He became Valmiki and gave Ramayana to us, the greatest epic. So if you look at the past of the people, if you look the flaws in the people, you are not going to get what you have to get actually. Focus on what you want again from them. Take that. Do not judge the people. Everybody has their own problems, their own set of, the stupidities. Leave them with them only. Take what you want and enjoy in your life. That should be enough.
Thank you, sir. Happy and excellent yes, I think ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ what we discussed is very constructive. We had a very productive conversation. Yes, I conclude by saying, believe in yourself. Let's believe in ourselves. We are unshakable. We are untouchable. Nobody can shake us and nobody can touch us when we believe in our own self. Once you believe, we start unleashing the power within, and that's the real spirit. So keep up your spirit high. And I would like to say thank you, heartfelt thank you for this conversation, Vimalji.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Lord Guru, of course. And I would like to thank each and one and all. The Facebook view live na view ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋಂಥವ್ರು And also after the recording will be there, you can watch us anytime. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೇನಾದ್ರು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ you can just subscribe the YouTube channel which has been called as Vimal Jain the Alchemist. And we have a Facebook page also called as Buddha Holistic Healing Center. Like our page and you will get an update about the upcoming classes and workshops. You can enroll yourself. And I would like to thank you for all the visible and invisible energy to make this even more successful. Thank you one and all. I don't say we'll sign off now because we are always being connected. You can connect to us anytime. If you have to overcome any of your things, definitely we are always there for you. We just work together. And we just work as a medium, we work as a channel. By saying we are all one in this universe. Thank you one and all. Shubharatri, Shubhakar.
Thank you so much. Good night. Shubharatri, Shubha Kher. Thank you.